Hey, what's up guys? Tyler here with Secure Team. We got a whole range of topics we want to talk about today and new footage that has come to us. Now, the first of which I want to show you of a very mysterious thing that was caught on a webcam on May 23rd of a UFO that appears just after sundown off of the coast of Mexico. So I will go ahead and play you that footage now, and we'll talk more about it in just a second. So as you just saw, this was actually captured and sent to us by a viewer of ours by the name of Steve, who was monitoring this webcam over Puerto Vallarta on May 23rd. And we see this very strange object appear. We see in the background what looks like a boat, a small boat of some sort. At least I think it's a boat, because it looks like it turns its lights on as the sun goes down. But just after the sun goes down, and in one single frame, we see this very mysterious object appear. And we will go ahead and zoom in on this for you. And, I mean, yeah, look at this thing. I have no idea what this is. I wouldn't say it's a lens reflection, because if you look at the rest of the footage, there is no such other reflections in the footage. Secondly, in this frame, you'll see that there are no lights on the boat that are shining directly at the camera that would also cause a lens reflection, so we can rule that out. Now, someone else may have said fireworks, but again, fireworks when they explode are usually pretty uniform and have patterns often, kind of like a sunburst effect, and again, there are no trace of these objects in any of the other frames in this footage. Now, some have said that this is a spiritual life form of some sort, but you know, that's a topic for maybe other channels to talk about. I'm just going to leave it at that and let you guys tell me what you think. Very mysterious, nonetheless. I honestly have no idea what this is. So it may be very possible that we have seen some sort of interdimensional object pop in and pop back out. I mean, it's certainly not the first time we've seen these things. Certainly not the first time. So you guys be the judge. Now, another recent video that's been getting a lot of waves online is a new piece of footage from the International Space Station of a long black cigar-shaped object seen moving away from the ISS heading down to Earth, as you're seeing in this video here. And this is basically just the frames where this object appears. And this was originally posted by the YouTube channel Pete WDHCO. And as you all know, the International Space Station has this public live stream online that you can all watch, you can all see for yourselves, and you've seen on this channel when these objects appear. But this is an object I haven't seen before, and I've watched probably thousands of hours of the ISS stream over the years, and we've posted a ton of videos on the UFOs captured there. And again, the jury is still out about what this object is. And you can see, it's very cylindrical, cigar-shaped, and seems to be moving at a pretty high rate of speed down toward the Earth. Now, I don't know if this is coming from the International Space Station or if it simply came into frame flying past the space station and simply came into the view of the camera. But nonetheless, something definitely has been caught here. And we're definitely going to try to figure out what it is, and definitely want to hear your guys' opinion on it. Because we've been showing you guys a lot of very anomalous footage lately coming from the International Space Station, which gives us a wonderful view of the activity that's happening above Earth, of these objects that are up there, and we've shown you STS space shuttle mission footage of the same. So if you haven't seen those videos, go ahead and check those out too. You know, if you're new to the channel, go back and watch all of this past footage that we've posted on. So again, kudos to Pete's channel and for finding this anomaly. Again, what do you guys think? It's certainly not the first time we've captured a cigar-shaped object over Earth. As a matter of fact, cigar-shaped UFOs are one of the most common. Well, besides disc-shaped craft, These cigar-shaped things are the second most common that you'd find out in space. I mean, we've done numerous videos speaking about these craft. And if you remember, the Soviets, who sent a couple probes out to Mars, actually caught one of these cigar-shaped crafts on film before their satellite was completely knocked out. Actually, both of their satellites were knocked out and lost. But before that happened, they snapped a picture of this massive cigar-shaped object coming into view of the camera near planet Mars, and they snapped this picture here. And this is what is known as the Phobos incident, because it happened when they were snapping pictures of Mars moon Phobos. And they actually captured another image of this large cigar-shaped UFO's shadow on Mars' surface. That image you're seeing here. And we've seen these cigar-shaped UFOs all over the solar system. We've seen them around various planets and moons. Here's another image of a cigar-shaped object caught in an official NASA photo of Saturn's moon Enceladus. And again, looks to have been visited, at least in this image, by another one of these cigar-shaped craft. I mean, we see these things everywhere, not just over Earth. So, again, let me know what you guys think. Now, speaking of aliens and humans in general, there are a lot of people out there who think that humans did not originally come from the planet Earth, and that a lot of these UFO sightings of what we are calling aliens are actually us. They're actually humans, albeit thousands, if not millions of years more advanced than us, coming back in time to possibly warn us of things to come, to possibly fix things. And the possibility that humans did not come from Earth actually does hold a bit of water, eerily enough. And the whole time travel phenomena, if you remember, there's been some news stories recently that came out of, there was a few images of people throughout history that looked to be holding iPhones. If you remember, this image from a 1995 Mike Tyson fight came out recently, where we see this person in the background that looks to be holding what looks like an iPhone. I mean, it's got the lens there, it's got the flash on the side, and that kind of spooked a lot of people. And then, just recently, the CEO of Apple admitted that he thought that time travelers possibly existed after seeing what looked like an iPhone in a 1670 painting. That image you're seeing here, in this painting by Peter de Hooch from 1670. And in the painting, you see this person is holding what looks like an iPhone and is either reading a text or taking a photo of a sitting woman here. And you may laugh at that, but it genuinely does look like an iPhone. It looks as if she is taking a picture of this woman sitting in this chair. And Tim Cook, the head of Apple, definitely believes, and he said this, that time travel is possible, and that this technology could have been brought back to us and given to Steve Jobs. Now, you know, the whole thing, it boils down to, well, it's just a funny story because we'll never know. But again, there are some very respectable people out there who believe that we did not come from Earth and that we are possibly time traveling back in time to visit ourselves. In fact, there is a well-known U.S. ecologist by the name of Dr. Ellis Silver who points to a number of physiological features that make his case for why humans did not evolve alongside other life on Earth and that we had to have come from somewhere else. Now, some of these reasons why he believes that humans did not come from Earth, and these are cited from his book entitled Humans Are Not From Earth, A Scientific Evaluation of the Evidence. Dr. Silver points out all of the things that seem to contradict the idea that we evolved over millions of years in our earthly environment. One of the things he talks about is the fact that humans have bad backs, which if we evolved on this planet, why does standing up hurt us so bad throughout the years of our life? Silver argues that the gravity on our home planet must have been stronger, so that we're progressively growing taller and taller with each generation, causing us to have bad backs. In further expanding this argument, he points to the excessive nutrition on Earth and a possible cause for the difficulties of human childbirth. A fact that humans have to spend hours screaming in pain to bring new life into the world, whereas the rest of the animal kingdom can drop a sprong in their sleep, which has long puzzled anthropologists. And then there's the fact that we get so easily burned by the sun. even if we're out in it for just a little while. And why is that? Why does our sun cause us so much harm? Once again, it goes back to our possible unearthly origins, because humans will easily burn on planet Earth, whereas many creatures don't. Humans, in contrast with other species, cannot sunbathe for more than short periods of time without getting burned, which indicates that the human body is not effectively adapted to constant exposure to our sun, which is a funny thing for a species that have no protective layer of fur. Mr. Silver believes that this is because we evolved around a planet with a much weaker sun, or perhaps we originated on a planet with lots of cloud cover. Another thing that he highlights as odd is the fact that humans seem to suffer from seasonal mental disorders, such as seasonal affective disorder. Other animals migrate, hibernate, or just tough it out when it comes to surviving Earth's winter, but humans just can't seem to hack it. And one of the last things he talks about is basically the fact that humans are just way more advanced than any other creature on the Earth, as if we had arrived on a primitive Earth with a head start. And it could explain why we appear to be leaps and bounds ahead of other species, every other species. And it all seemed to happen at once. It took us ages to get the hang of sharpening rocks, killing animals, and then all of a sudden we invented agriculture, writing, language, art, electricity, machinery, chemistry, quantum physics, and pretty much anything else that we have today. So again, mankind is supposedly a highly developed species on the planet, yet it is surprisingly unsuited and ill-equipped for Earth's environment. Harmed by the sunlight, a strong dislike for naturally occurring foods and raw foods, ridiculously high rates of chronic disease, and just the overall suffering that humans go through due to the sun we have, and due to the Earth's gravity, and due to a whole range of other things that we'll let you research on your own. But again, it's very interesting. Ellis Silver, PhD, check out his book. And again, what are your thoughts on this idea that these craft that we are seeing above Earth and that we've been posting on possibly could be us from the future, and that just maybe planet Earth is not our first home? And incidentally, you know, a lot of people have said that we came from planet Mars, and what's very true about Mars is that it has less sun and less gravity than we have here on Earth, and we found structures there that would seem to indicate that Mars was definitely inhabited at one point in time, until there was a massive war of some sort on the planet due to the massive scarring that we see on the Martian surface, as if there was some sort of nuclear war where weapons were used that we couldn't even imagine, which would then have caused us to find the next best planet. So I think it's a very real possibility. Now, it may have not have been Mars that we came from, but I would say that Mars is the next best place that we could have come from, or that at least was inhabited at some point in time before something disastrous happened. It's all very mind-boggling and definitely food for thought. So let me know what you guys think, especially with the footage we've shown you here. And yeah, we have a whole line of videos that we are working on right now. We have a backlog of probably 200 or 300 pieces of footage that we're going through. So if you've emailed me and I haven't responded, rest assured I will. I may need to hire a secretary or two to get through all of these emails, but you know what? That's a good thing. That means we're doing something right and people are sending in their footage, and we will get it all out there. So be sure to subscribe, share, and stick around because we got a lot more coming. All right? So see you guys soon and stay safe.